Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead for May 24th through May 30th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. If this is about you and another person, this could resonate with theirs or yours, moon, rising, or Venus sign also. Alright. Scorpio. What do we got for the week ahead for Scorpio? What do we have for Scorpio? Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Knight of Swords, that could be Aquarius. Eight of Wands. Can you see all that? Okay, right. Page of Cups. Eight of Cups. Ace of Swords. Eight of Coins. Nice. So we got 2 8s. 3 8s. Wow. Okay. So we're dealing with a union here. A connection or a union. Perhaps even a marriage. Interesting. Money. Money is indicated. Money week, perhaps, Scorpio? Okay. All right. It says Knight of Swords. What's this Knight of Swords for Scorpio? This Knight of Swords for Scorpio. Temperance. Okay. So you've decided to carve out some time for yourself. That's fair. What's this Page of Cups about Scorpio? Queen of Wands. That could be Aries. Eight of Cups. Okay. This is Eight of Cups. So we got Judgment that flipped for Eight of Cups. Could be Sagittarius, Cancer, or Scorpio there. What's this Eight of Cups for Scorpio? The Tower. There's Scorpio right there. All right. Are we going to have a bit of an outburst here? Oh boy. Are things coming to a head? Because honestly, you're not able, you want more than what you're being able to do. So it's what there's something, it could be with work, or it could be with a romantic interest. There doesn't seem to be any change in work. So quite possibly this is about a person that you're just like, well, I just, you know what, this a very sudden decision on your part to just kind of salt the earth because there's frustration in not being able to have more of what you want in a situation. It doesn't have to be romance, it could be work, but I don't think that you would get the stinger out for work. I think getting the stinger out is dealing with a social or romantic situation. What's this Eight of Wands here? Look at this. Eight of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Tower. Somebody is making their issues known, their concerns, or, yeah. What's this Eight of Wands about for Scorpio? The World, all right. Moving on, what are you doing? What's this Ace of Swords about? What's this Ace of Swords? The Moon, that could be Pisces or Cancerian. Oh, good gracious. So you are just... you're having like this moment of clarity where you realize either things aren't going to change to your liking, or I know myself well enough to know to not get involved any further until this Page of Cups can be kingly or queenly energy to where it's reciprocal and I'm dealing with somebody on the same page here. Like this is you cutting something off, knowing yourself well enough to know that you don't want to go any further with the situation because you can see the writing on the wall. Is it work? Is this a temporary job that you're just cutting off because that's all it's ever going to be? Or is this a relationship? I think it's a relationship. I think it's a romantic interest or somebody, this is a social thing. So this could be family, friendship, relationship. This doesn't feel like work. Work feels kind of not stagnant, just like it's not changing at all. It just feels like work is just... What's this Eight of Coins? Okay, yay. I'm glad for that because that's, your money's okay then. What's this Eight of Coins? The Devil, that could be Capricorn. Interesting, that. Interesting. So this is it. Are you working too much? Is there such a thing? Maybe. Might want to watch out for that. That you're throwing yourself into work as to avoid having to deal with this, because you kind of might know what's coming or what you want to do, what you're kind of predisposed to do in situations like this. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with letting your decision or feelings be known about something. Perhaps you're a little afraid that you've got the, you're going to kill the fly with the sledgehammer. But you're always in control of that. So it feels like you've thought about things enough and you've got the perspective you need. Looks like your intuition, you're already pretty intuitive anyway, but you're going to, it's funny because I think people stall sometimes, and we all do this, on making a decision because you want to feel more right about it. You want to feel more solid. You want to feel less connected and more logically sound about it. Like you don't want to feel so much as you just want to know it's the right thing to do and to be divorced from it emotionally. Like there's people, a lot of times we detach emotionally long before we leave physically, and there's never really a right time per se. Like it's just, this kind of feels like waiting for something to happen to have a reason to address it, and yet you're not waiting anymore because you know how you are. By the time you have enough evidence to address something, the person's not going to get back up. You know what I mean? Like you can't, and I know you know this, being a Scorpio, you know that you can't raise someone from the dead and then expect them to like you when you're the one that put them there in the first place. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it feels like you're doing this out of self-preservation so you don't burn any bridges, but you're definitely saying, we're not doing this until such and such and such. So it's going to be kind of an intense week as far as you wanting to erect boundaries or just cut things off and go it alone. It looks like that's kind of in your nature to do, to be very immediate and abrupt about things, and but you're not wanting to burn any bridges either. So it's kind of tempered with you finding a way to just let it be known, like, okay, well, I'm going to leave things where it is for now, or where they are for now, but I've got to go do this. So you're not ending it, but you're not going any further with it either. Okay. Let's see. All right, so the moon card kind of just fell out of my hand right there. Could be Pisces or Cancerian. So this, yeah. And this probably has to do with seeing at this time, like realizing that there's not a whole lot that can be had with this interaction. This could be work. I mean, this could be work that you're just like, okay, this was a temporary thing and the money might be there, but it's a lot of work for the money, and I just don't, that's starting to affect my other areas of my life. I mean, it could be that, but I feel like you're trying to protect work. Like this could be a side job, not work, but I feel like you're trying to protect work and keep the drama out of it and not have anything affect your ability to work steadily. So, what else for Scorpio? Intuition is strong this week, that's for darn sure. We got the Temperance card again. So this is you backing off. It's almost like you're backing off before you salt the earth. Before you get the stinger out, you're doing a preemptive, gotta go, bye, so that you don't burn any bridges. Because you don't want to feel that way. You don't want to go there. Do I have stuff in my glasses here? Why is it? All right. I feel like I need more lighting, but I think it's because I got all these blue light filters and I can't. And then it's like, why aren't things clear? And, okay. Where's the thing? There. Can you see now? You can't. There it is. That doesn't help, does it? Okay. This is a pretty darn intuitive week for you. It feels like you're going to be relying heavily on what you feel like is the right thing to do, like highly intuitive, before you actually react. And that's going to actually mitigate the intensity and severity with which you act. Like the hammer come down, it's going to be kind of just a love tap compared to bam. It just keeps coming up. You're not wanting to burn any bridges. So what is it? Is it work? Is it because you're making an abrupt exit here. You're doing some abrupt changes here, but not with the intensity or the upheaval that you typically could or would to make a point. This is, can't get a lock on that. What's this? Eight of Pentacles and the Devil. I could be talking about work here. I mean, maybe that's why the sudden departure, because you're like, well, I'm out. Now that the world's coming back online, I am not doing one more at this work. But work feels, whoa. Oh, it's not that work is steady. It's that you're wanting to minimize, not your work effort or output, your work period. I think this might be about leaving your job. Okay. So this is about a departure from work. This isn't about keeping things the same at work. This is about not dealing with work anymore, or is very Two of Swords-ish. It's very just not engaging anymore. And that might put you in a position where money might be an issue this week, but you'd rather that, because this is very sudden. And yeah, it's a sudden, abrupt exit without the drama that you've been thinking about for a while, because you're just not getting what you need out of it. It's simply not worth it for you to be there. 11 minutes in, I finally get it. So for the Scorpios I'm reading for, sorry, took me a minute. This is about work, and you'd rather be just like, okay, what am I going to do about money now that I am leaving this job? Than to stay in a job where you're just like, I can't. It is not a good situation for me to be there. I'd rather take my chances on finding something new than to stay at a job that is just not good to work at for me. What's this Eight of Pentacles about? I think the decision is bolstered by your intuition this week, because your intuition is going to be on fire this week, by the way. Very intuitive, synchronous week for you. What's this Eight of Coins about? Yeah, there you go. Out you go, on to bigger and better, because it might have been good money, but it wasn't worth the environment you worked in. So this is you finding better. And it looks like that you're gonna be just fine, just because your intuition is so strong. You know it's time to leave. There's a synchronicity element here to where you're taking advantage. Like things fall into place for you this week. Lucky you. But it's like you're wanting to walk away and not be involved anymore. It's very Two of Swords. It's not that things don't change. It's that you are no longer dealing with it or engaging with it. You just let it lie. You're just boom. Yep. Okay. Wow. You know how to make an exit. I'll give you that. And this is, I'm not here to say whether, like, well, you should. No, there's no shoulding here. You're doing what you need to do, obviously, for your reasons. And it actually works out. It's actually, what's indicated here is what you should be doing, because there's better waiting for you. That's for Scorpio. Whoopsie, Scorpio. Confidence. Yes, indeed. There is a confidence that you're not lacking in that. If you are, don't be. This is a very intuitive, you're in sync this week. So you have you go ahead and have that swagger, that just kicking them out of the way as you walk, because it feels like confidence isn't the issue. It's that you're not in a good place to be, like, you're underutilized or you're underappreciated. And you're like, well, I'm out. I'm off to find a place that can appreciate my talents and work, or my involvement or my efforts or my devotion, whatever. But you're on to greener pastures, feels like work, that will appreciate that. And if you don't have the confidence You do, or you should, because you do deserve better. In this case, you should be leaving. You do deserve better. So, all right. I like it. Confidence. Scorpio. Aha! 9 of Wands. Yay! Again with the Knight of Wands. So good. This could be Leo. So this is you. Good. Moving on to where, because you know your worth. Quite simply, you know that there is better out there for you. You kind of come too far to just settle. And staying here when you're not getting what you deserve is affecting your confidence or making you feel like you're not, and you are worth it. And you know you are. This is just not a good dynamic, and you're going on to greener pastures. And I have to say, though, I like that you're leaving the way you are instead of getting the sledgehammer out for the fly. This is you taking care of business and taking care of yourself and just doing what needs to be done. This isn't about, it might be internally you're raging or like, but it's a very clean surgical strike as far as the exit. All right. And good for you for, instead of allowing for the drama, you just simply shut it down and move on. This does feel like it's about work rather than romance. Just saying. But it could be about romance. It feels like it's about work largely. Okay. All right. I hope this was helpful, Scorpio. It took me a minute. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Thank you for your service if you are a first responder or essential worker. All right. You have a good week. Much love to you.